concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong...
Now, more than ever, we must show that we believe in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Every Sunday from 1 to 2, we engage in a meaningful conversation via radio and social media. So I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. When you do, you give your friends, your colleagues, the opportunity to be a part of the discussion. I want to start off today by saying to the people out there who was actually wondering what crime Kim Jones committed by going to a publicly advertised meeting, because it seems as though Kim Jones is fed by a lot of people in this country. In other words, there are some no-go areas for your humble servant. So I cannot go to a publicly advertised community meeting once it's NNP. In other words, I need to not be there as a citizen of Grenada. That area is restricted from Kim Jones. Everybody else could go. But I want to say a number of people put out stuff out there condemning, criticizing, attacking me. But I'm accustomed to that. And later they realized that they were wrong. They were on the wrong side of history. And they decided, well, boy, let me change course. I want to say that Kellen Bob, for example, he called me and he indicated to me that he was misinformed, and he apologized for his publication, whatever he put out there. And I'm a mature person, because I don't have any personal gripe with the gentleman. Right? I wish him all the best. And let's move forward. All right? Kim Jones is still here, because what the enemy set out for evil, for your humble servant, always turns out to be good in my favor. I have been attacked on many occasions, on umpteen occasions. In fact, they created a Facebook page just to attack Kim Jones. And I'm still standing. I don't complain about being bullied or being verbally attacked, because I know once you're in the kitchen, you will feel the heat from time to time. And when you make a mistake, there are people who want to call you out on it, right? So you have to be tough enough to stand that. My good friend Kellen Bob, for example, he put out a post, and I said to him, look, don't give up Why give up? You're doing a good service to Grenada and humanity. I have respect for the gentleman. I have no personal gripe against him, and I wish him all the best. But folks, I know there are people out there who will hate Kem Jones, and there are people who will love Kem Jones. And there are folks who are competing for the kind of viewership and listenership and following that I have. I'm cognizant of that. I am the best in talk radio in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And those in the diaspora, they look forward to hearing me. They want to know what's going down. All right. And that did not happen overnight. I built this thing. I created this thing. All right. It took almost 9 years to reach here. In fact, May the 15th will make it 9 years since I have been on radio, serving you with excellence. I am the best in talk radio, and that would not change. All right. So get accustomed to that. Hate him or love him, that is what you get. Kem Jones is authentic. Folks, I want to say to you, there are a lot of beta campers. You saw comments from Kalistra Faria, for example, not knowing what transpired, quick to jump. You saw comments from Jenny Simon, for example. I mean, the usual haters. You're going to get them jumping on and back and forth because they cannot fit in my shoes. They don't have what it takes. But at the end of it all, Kem Jones will continue to do what he must do because this is a vocation. This is a calling. Can't do anything else but do this at this point in time because I was sent to do it. It's a calling. And let them deal with that, right? Let them deal with that. So again, just saying, it was a publicly advertised meeting. A PA system went around inviting people to come to this public meeting. I'm a citizen of Grenada, so I have all right, like anybody else, to go to that meeting. It was a public consumption. It was not a private meeting, that they making it to look as it was some public private, some kind of thing like that, some kind of private thing in a public space. No, no, no. It was an open meeting. And you know what's amazing? Keith Mitchell didn't have a problem with me being there. In fact, he turned around and asked me if I had a question to ask. So those who are jumping on this and they're so bitter, but they realize that the Grenadian people are sensible. If you follow comments, the comments on Facebook, the comments everywhere, reasonable thinking people can say, well, boy, are you attacking Kem Jones or what? And more they attack your humble servant is the more my popularity grows. Because controversy is good for me. When these things are controversial and it soars, in other words, my viewership, my ratings and everything goes off the roof. Right? I followed Kellen Bob's program today, and I don't think he reached 200 viewers. I don't think so. On his podcast live. I followed the NDC Heartbeat program a while ago, and I don't think they reach 500 viewers. And look, we are on the same page. The NDC Heartbeat program, what I do, and so on. We are pushing the same thing really to showcase the good things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. But I'm only using the numbers to say to you, look, I just started the program. It's about 11 minutes on, and I'm almost 600 people on the live. That's what it is, you see. and remember, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on the radio. We're all about. People look forward to hearing this program, and I am honored to serve you, volunteer my time and effort to serving you. So controversy for me sells. I love it. And I'm not competing for any advertisement or anybody to advertise. People call this program and say, Kem Jones, I want you to advertise this. I'm going to give you some money to. I say, keep your money and keep your advertisement stuff. I don't do public advertisements, right? I advertise things at the NDC and the events and activities that they have, and that's what it is. I do it freely. The people who listen to this program, who follow this program, they give to the program to keep it going. And I'm eternally grateful for that because I'm volunteering my time and effort. And it's ain't good. That is why they continue to support and keep it going. Folks, let's remain on the positive side. I decided to just clear up the air and say a few things there, but let's move straight into the positive stuff because we will remain focused. We're not going to talk about this thing as we move forward. All right? Nice. So let me move to Tevin Andrews. A while ago, he opened the Dover. Let me get right here for you. The Dover Public Library. Yes, the Dover Government School Public Library a while ago. The Honorable Tevin Andrews. Got that there, the first piece. We got that positive stuff. Congratulations to the Honorable Tevin Andrews. He continues to do great many things in Carriacou, and that's the kind of person he is. Let us move to the Honorable Ron Redhead, the Mount Kuma Road.
Motorists and pedestrians can now ply the Mount Kuma Road with ease as the construction works have been completed and the road is now open to the public. On Friday, Gilbert and Partners Engineering Company officially handed over the road to government following renovation to the existing structure from October 2021. The $15 million project included the construction of 3,200 feet asphalt road and bridge. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell commended the contractors and the ministries of MIT and Infrastructure Development for ensuring that the project was completed in a timely manner. He looks forward to the completion of other projects throughout the island.
As you can see, the rock surface in many instances is also very bare. And so I think the team at the Ministry of Infrastructure, the team at MIT, will have to look at how we can take mitigating measures to prevent any further land slippage as we come out of the dry season and get into the rainy season in the latter part of the year, because we obviously want to make sure that the roadway itself remains safe for both passengers, pedestrians, and persons who are actually driving on the road. We certainly look forward to completing many of the projects that are already on stream and to reimagining how we can future-proof some of our infrastructure. Because as the Minister said, we don't want to spend millions of dollars and 5 years later be in a position where we are redoing the same infrastructure.
Parliamentary Representative for St. George Northeast, Honorable Ron Redhead, explained that the Mount Kuma Road is an important alternative route to connect the Northwest and the Western Corridor.
This work was pivotal for the state to accommodate the challenges faced by the Molyneux land slippage, as mentioned by Minister of MIT, and divert the traffic with a much better measure of ease. The work started under the former administration, and we must be thankful for the effort. While we encountered unforeseen challenges, as the new MP, I ensured that I supported the Ministry of Works and government by extension on all of its interventions. And I am pleased that we regularly engaged residents and the contractor to help sort out bottlenecks, and the project eventually got to this point where it could be opened and it moved forward.
Representing the engineering company, Shanika Gilbert gave the scope of work and outlined some of the challenges faced in meeting the deadline.
Over 60 persons found employment on the project during the construction period. Construction started in late October 2021 and was initially scheduled to be completed in late December 2022. The completion date was subsequently extended to March 28, 2023, mainly due to recoup lost time due to extreme weather conditions, including torrential rains which hit the island during the last 2 quarters of 2022. This caused massive landslides and loss of property in the project area, including partial destruction of one dwelling house which had to be replaced. 2 other buildings along the project route had to be relocated to allow for road realignment and widening. As the main contractor, Gilbert and Partners Engineering wishes to express our sincerest gratitude to the residents of Monkumar and adjacent communities who have had to make great sacrifice to facilitate the construction and timely completion of this very important project.
Right. So, folks, that was the reopening of the Monkuma Road. Again, kudos to the Honorable Ron Redhead and all that made it possible. And you see how important the Ministry of Implementation is. They're getting the stuff done. So, yes, they met projects there, just like the NNP when they came in 2013. But what is important here is the fact that the Ministry of Implementation, that the Honorable Andy Williams heads, they're doing good work to make sure that those projects are implemented within the time period. So we want to give them a lot of commendation for doing just that. We continue with the positive, right? We continue to highlight the positive things that are happening throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, our new hospital. Remember, the our beloved Prime Minister, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and the team, the NDC administration, made it very clear that healthcare is a priority and a modern teaching hospital facility will be constructed here in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, and they've started the process in identifying the land for that purpose.
The Deacon Mitchell-led administration has already made it clear that the health and well-being of citizens is one of its major priorities, with a promise to deliver the quality of health care that people deserve. A major move towards living up to that promise is a recent site visit to Calvini Estate by government officials to have an appreciation of the area as a potential and conducive site for the construction of a new and modernized climate-smart hospital. The team, which was led by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, toured the land owned by Mr. Leroy Nichols. The plot spans roughly 93 acres. Our first report is by Sherian Noel.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell was accompanied on the early morning site visit by Minister for Health and Wellness, Senator Jonathan Lacrette, Honorable Andy Williams, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, and other government officials. When he delivered the 2023 estimates of revenue and expenditure in December last year, Prime Minister Mitchell listed health as one of the top priority areas for government. He said government's ultimate goal is to transform Grenada into the health capital of the Eastern Caribbean, which means the highest quality in healthcare facilities and services with access for all.
The intent is to have a look at the potential site for the new hospital. So we wanted to get a first-hand view of the general topography of the land, the general boundary areas, and just to get a feel for what the site looks like.
Prime Minister Mitchell is satisfied that the land once acquired will be used for the intended purpose.
I think the site is pretty ideal. It's roughly about 93 acres. The intent is to try and acquire all of it because we think we need to make sure that we can protect the entire area within which the hospital would be located. The topography is relatively satisfactory, generally flat, which you don't have a lot of flat lands left in Grenada. And obviously it's located in Calvini, so it's very accessible. So that's one of the key things for us as well.
Health Minister Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette says he is pleased with the action in motion by his government to address healthcare facilities throughout the island.
Well, I'm extremely satisfied. I believe that there is a particular magnetic quality that comes with a brand. And we know all too well the geographical and infrastructural challenges that we currently face with our main tertiary healthcare institution on the island, the General Hospital, and the need for a brand new climate-smart, climate-resilient facility that can deliver to all clientele across Grenada the kind of services that is required.
The Calvini Estate potential site is centrally located and easily accessible. The plans of the government to increase the country's housing stock can also be realized at the lands viewed at Hopevale.
We look both at Calvini and Hopevale, and we think we have the options both of housing as well as agriculture. There's at least 100 acres of land from Hopevale Estate that Mr. Nichols has earmarked for agricultural purposes, and we are keen to mobilize that as well. We're also keen to make sure that we have sufficient land to do Grenadian-style homes. We certainly think Hopevale in particular gives us both the option for agriculture and for housing, so we're also looking at that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So again, that is a big thing because remember, the NDC made it very clear that a modern teaching hospital facility will be constructed here in Grenada to maximize on the SGU, students doing the practical aspect of their training, right? And even we can capitalize on that. So instead of them going to the United States, instead of them going to the United Kingdom, they can remain right here and do the practical, the practical aspect, the practicum of their training to become a doctor. And then the public will benefit because they need real people to do that kind of stuff, to do the surgeries, to do the, that is what you want to see. Those specialists, doctors, and so on, surgeons, and so on will be here in Grenada because of the facility. So again, kudos, thumbs up. I want to commend the NDC administration for starting the process. We look forward to great things as we move ahead. So again, folks, we're keeping it positive. We're keeping it positive because that is really what we are out here to do, to keep it positive by, right? Let's go now to the Honorable Adrian Thomas, Minister of Agriculture. Mangoes by, instead of falling and spoil on the ground, will be now shipped to the United States of America. So we get in market for our stuff. Trinidad, we already got market for mangoes, green bananas, plantain, ginger, and something else. Dasheen, I think. I think it's Dasheen. So we get in market. We're doing things. Let's listen to the Honorable Adrian Thomas.
It means that we have to get back on track because it is something we used to do before, and we have to get back on track in terms of putting all the necessary measures in place to make sure that we train the farmers in terms of handling the mangoes in the field, in terms of training the workers who will be doing the pre-packing, packaging, and getting the mangoes ready for export. And obviously, we'll have to work in close collaboration with the exporters. The new look on agriculture now is to be very export-oriented. So any serious investment that we are putting into Grenada, 110,000 people will not be enough for the market. So we have to be thinking regional and international. So this is good news in Grenada, and it means that the amount of mangoes we used to be seeing by the side of the road, in the drains, under the nutmeg trees and cocoa trees in the fields and so on, there's an opening there, and I think it will be irresponsible of the government if we don't capitalize on that and help our farmers. This will be a plus for Grenada, for the farmers. It is a means of generating foreign exchange, and I think we are badly in need of foreign exchange at this point.
Beautiful, wonderful. So again, more markets. Trinidad, the United States, and we continue going. And this is significant because under the NNP administration, that was not a biggie. They were not keen on getting markets for produce. All the mangoes and so on will just fall and spoil, fall in the drain, fall by the side of the road, fall in the land, and no market for it. It's just too much. So now we are getting markets for mangoes and so on. I want to commend the Honorable Adrian Thomas. Yeah, we're keeping it positive, boy. Let's talk about what is happening here in Grenada, Carriacou, P.T. Martinique, the good things that are happening. And mind you, not burning them, eh? It burning them because we are talking about the positive things. We are sticking on message and we are remaining focused because during the NDC time in office during 2008, 2013, that was not the case. NDC was doing a lot, but it was not being highlighted and talked about and showcased and so on. But with this medium, with the programs, we are able to do it. We're able to reach people, connect with people, so more and more people are getting to know what are the positive things that are happening with the government.
An appeal is being made to Grenadians to continue practicing energy conservation even as they enjoy a drop in their fuel charge in electricity for the 6th consecutive month. Acting General Manager Clive Hostin says although customers have been experiencing a decrease in their fuel charge, there is no guarantee that it will remain low for the 6th consecutive month between September 2022 and March 2023. There has been a reduction of 20 cents per unit of electricity, directly due to a downward trend in global fuel prices. This reduction will further ease the burden on customers in addition to measures announced in the 2023 budget to reduce the VAT on electricity consumption from 15% to 7.5% for all customers and to reinstate the policy of zero rating the VAT on electricity consumption up to 99 kilowatt an hour for residential consumers. The recent fuel charge reductions have reversed a 20-month period of monthly increases in the fuel charge for electricity. This period was characterized by rising costs of all goods and services as a result of external factors, including the higher demand for fuel that came with the global COVID-19 recovery, as well as the situation in Europe.
We are extremely happy for that decrease. What it means to customers is lower energy rates. And it is unique in the sense that last year, from January, fuel prices was increasing, and that's on the world market. So it increased from January to September, and then from September to now, we've seen that decrease. So we're very, very happy with this trend. It means lower prices for customers, and with this, we pass on these decreases to customers.
Company officials caution that taken in this historical context, while the current fuel charge of 67 cents is lower than 6 months ago, it still is relatively high. They are encouraged to implement measures at home and within business places that promote energy conservation.
Also, external factors regarding geopolitical situations, conflict between various countries, and even weather conditions. So fuel prices can change, and it can change dramatically. While we are very happy for the decrease, the changes or increase or decrease is beyond our control. While there has been a decrease over the last 6 months, we still believe that it is fairly high, and caution should be taken in all instances to use electricity very wisely, conserve where possible, do not use electricity when it's not required. Prudent management is always key for our customers.
Very, very important indeed. Very important indeed. So again, some good information there from Grenlec, and you're enjoying some low rates. All right, your bills are looking lower than before. Let's move to Carriacou. The Honorable Tevin Andrews again continues to work hard for the people up there.
Over $1 million is being spent on the rehabilitation of the Bele Road by the government of Grenada through the Public Works Division within the Ministry of Carriacou and Petty Martinique Affairs and local government. Work on the road has just started. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petty Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Javan Williams, who was on site to witness the commencement of the work, said this is one of the major capital projects identified in the budget presentation by Minister for Carriacou and Petty Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Tevin Andrews, who is presently out of state. P.S. Williams said the minister is happy to see the project come to fruition, as this road leads to the Princess Royal Hospital and the community of Bele and surrounding areas.
The intention is to have the road widened as we reconstruct, widen with a safe passageway for pedestrian, and to do some cutting of the rocks so we can have the corners a little bit less dangerous, so the pedestrians and motorists can use the Bele Road in its in the best form of safety. We know this is a main road for us. It leads to the hospital, and we know the hospital area should be as free as possible based on the traffic times when we have emergency. This is one of the reasons why the minister has asked for us to mark this road as one of the priority road for the 2023 budget implementation. It was stated in the parliament that this is an intended road to be done for 2023, and I'm pleased to say that we are starting the construction in short order.
Phase 1 of the project has been done by contractor Neil Patrice. Meanwhile, the Public Works Division is about to embark on another road development project, this time in the Mount Pleasant area. In addition, improvement work has started on the Hillsborough recreational grounds, including the reconstruction of one of the bleachers that will be covered on completion of the work. Diana Isaac, Public Relations Officer, Ministry of Karaku and PT Martinique Affairs.
Thank you very much, Diana. I think you're doing an excellent job there in Karaku and PT Martinique. That is what we want. We want to see all the positive things that are happening in Grenada, Karaku, and PT Martinique, boots on the ground. We're not stopping at all. What is burning many of the people who are negative, they are not finding their way. They are not able to get the kind of numbers out there. It's just not happening for them. They are not successful with that, and they're fighting among themselves. They're negative every time you view them, every time you tune in. It's just negativity, negativity, negativity. What we are doing is changing things in Grenada. Let's highlight the positive things that are happening throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, and people are loving that because during 2008 to 2013, NDC was doing a lot of stuff, but the media, they were not showcasing it. They were not highlighting it. But the new sheriff is in town, Kem Jones is here, and I am the most popular talk show host in Grenada, and the two programs that I do, they are the most popular programs in Grenada, and they have to deal with that. So we're getting our message out. We're remaining positive. We continue to do what must be done. Publicize the good things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And we're staying in Carriacou because the people have access now to clean drinking water, right? I mean, yes, they had it before, rainwater harvesting and so on. But now NASA is doing a lot of work where that is concerned in Carriacou to bring clean drinking water to many people up there. Listen to the Honorable Kevin.
It's a new day in Carriacou, in Petit Martinique. Now, once I've gotten a lot of blows from me when I was in opposition, and I'm happy to see that we are continuing what has started many years ago. It's about time. And I want to encourage the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique to take advantage of this new era. Take advantage of what is being presented to you. And it's interesting that Nawasa is opening its doors officially, and we're in the season called dry season. So it's a good signal. I don't know if it was a strategic move by Nawasa. I see Brother Cox there, probably he's the one that strategized that move. It's an indicator to tell people, hey, you need water. And I know Nawasa will be spending a lot of money through various funding agencies to try to continue to run pipes throughout Carriacou, so the southern side and northern side and so on. So whenever you get up to my side, I'll certainly lead by example and connect. So I want to commend the board and the management team and thank them so much for considering Carriacou and Petit Martinique. We're indeed moving in the right direction, and I applaud this move. Thank you.
Right, so that was the Honorable Tevin Andrews there, again, bringing prosperity, bringing opportunities to the people of Carriacou. That's the way to go. Thumbs up. Folks, I want to say to you, those who call themselves journalists and they're out there boasting and bragging, they are reporters, they are journalists. What they hate the most is the fact that I was able to go to a public meeting, and at that public meeting, I was able to expose two very, very important things. They hate that, and they're not willing to talk about it at all. They're not willing to have a discussion on it because to them, Kem Jones is the person who was able to go in that meeting and get that audio or that video and publish it, make it public. So we heard from Keith Mitchell when he actually referred to sitting ministers of government, sitting ministers of government as hungry. That should be the conversation that they should be having. How could the opposition leader, a man who served as prime minister for how many years? 20-something years. 20-something years he served as prime minister. And he would go into a community meeting as the leader of the opposition and disrespect sitting members of parliament to call them hungry. That is what the conversation should be, but they will not talk about that. They don't want to have any conversation about Keith Mitchell and the NNP. All they want to do is to talk about NDC and the NDC administration and this minister and that minister. That is all they want to talk about. But we want to be able to have a conversation on nearly everything that's happening in the country. So we are zooming in on the NNP and on Keith Mitchell too. We are not making him get away with these kind of statements. How could you call those ministers who were duly elected? They were elected by the people of Grenada. You calling them hungry? He referred to them as being hungry. Keith Mitchell referred to them as being hungry. But they don't want to talk about that at all, because if they talk about it, it would shine a bad light on Keith Mitchell and the NNP. That is what's going on there, And then Keith Mitchell, in that same video that I published, used words to the effect that if he knew he was going to lose the election, this pregnant treasury that the NDC met when they came into power, meaning the money and so on that they met, they would not have, been able to come into office and meet that kind of money there. He would spend it on projects and all kind of stuff in the lead up to the election. The treasury would be clean. Words to that effect. He would clean it out. He used words to that effect. That's unpatriotic. But they don't want to have a conversation with that. They don't want to talk about that. In fact, if it was the NDC who said so, man, that would be big news. Big news for the entire week and months and months and months. But how NDC could say that? But here you have Keith Mitchell using words to the effect that, if he knew that he was going to lose the election, they would not have come and meet that kind of money and so on there. He would have spent it on projects and that's in other words, he is hinting what his modus operandi or operandi has always been when it comes closer to the election. But those who say that they are journalists, those who say that they are reporters, those who beat their chest that they are respected reporters and journalists, they're not having that kind of conversation. They don't want to converse. They don't want to talk about that. But that statement is unpatriotic. And if someone loves Grenada that much, they would never speak that kind of language. They would never say those things. And they would never do those things, because you must leave a good foundation for the party or government who will come after you, because you love Grenada. You don't want to make it harder for them. In other words, you want to spite them. So they have to start from scratch. They have to find everything. Come on. But that should be a lesson for all of us here in Grenada. Keith Mitchell doesn't love Grenada. He's not patriotic. He doesn't love this place. He loves himself. He loves power. When a man could say such a thing, it is a wake-up call for all of us in this country. Wake up and realize what's going down. And I challenge you, that is the conversation that we need to have in Grenada. So I was able to go in that public meeting and expose that. But they don't want to talk about it at all. They don't want to engage in any conversation where that is concerned. No, because it does not favor the NNP and it doesn't favor them. So they want the conversation to be about Kem Jones and why Kem Jones should go in a public meeting with Keith Mitchell there. He shouldn't go there, you know, as though Kem Jones is not a citizen of Grenada, as though Kem Jones is prohibited from going into those meetings, those publicly advertised meetings for public consumption, right? They should be the only ones to go. You understand the point? It is sad because they're destroying themselves. Look at their ratings. Look at their little podcasts that they're doing. You know, I was following Kalistra's podcast or whatever she does, and I'm looking at the numbers. You know, it's just dropping and dropping. People are no longer tuning in to her program. Like before, people used to tune in, but now it's a 2,000, a 3,000, a 1 point something thousand people, or a 4,000. It's just down and down. It used to be 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people viewing, but now it's just going in it's in the garbage heap because people are getting to know about these people. They're discovering them. I used to follow Mikey Live, for example. I remember it used to be the thing, the go-to on a night time. Now he could hardly get 200 or 300 people to follow his program. People are discovering them, right? The same thing with Sheldon Scott, the same thing with KB and the others, you know, and Carl Caton and so on. All the different programs that they're pushing, their ratings is going in the garbage heap. That's where it's going. But look at Kem Jones. I'm on this program right here in my home studio. Look at it. But the numbers continue to go up and up and up, and they can't stop Kem Jones. Because why? I am here to serve, the people. I'm here to serve the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And we will talk about the good stuff because I have been telling the listeners and viewers, do not tune into those programs. Do not view. Don't just lock out yourself from those kind of negativity. Let them exist by themselves. Don't tune in. Don't follow. That's what you have to do. And people are actually doing that, which is great. They're heeding the call. They're taking that big step not to tune into their programs, not to view their programs, not to be a part of the viewership. And that is really great. Keep it that way. We have to keep it that way. Let their program exist without even people knowing about it. Let us keep it that way, folks. And we will be in a way better place. I want to open up the line today. I want to open up the line. You have 15 minutes to deliberate, so you can call in. You have 15 minutes to do that. The number 415-4817, 415-4817. Once you call, I will bring you live. 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. So we continue to highlight the positive things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And yes, there are some people who are asking, well, how they're not seeing this minister being featured, how they're not seeing that minister being featured. You will see that changing because GIS is now being rebranded, more or less reorganized, and you'll start seeing the difference, right? So you'll see nearly all the ministers being highlighted and showcased, and that is what we want to see. So the member of parliament for St. Patrick East will be showcased. The member of parliament for St. Patrick West will be showcased. The member of parliament and minister out there in St. John will be showcased, and all the others. So you'll be seeing more and more of that. GIS will be highlighting those things, and I will make an attempt to showcase what they are doing in their constituencies, because you're now hearing people saying, well, seeing that minister quite frequently. I'm seeing them doing this and doing that? What's about my minister? What's about my member of parliament? You're getting that from a number of people, and I listen to you, and we will act on it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay, I am calling from St. Andrews. I have a concern, and that sentiment is being expressed by many persons in St. Andrews, and it's concerning the what do you call it? The project that is going on in Simona, the Sidley Simon Cultural Center. That project started just before election. I think to me it was in June or early June or so. And came in few parts there now, like everything is standstill. I don't know what's happening. So I would suggest that the Minister of Implementation and maybe Honorable Cornwall take I don't know how long they've been up there, but I think somebody should find out exactly what is happening, get first-hand information, because to me, that project is kind of stagnant. I'm not seeing anything, progressive happening there.
Beautiful.
That's my.
It's a good point. Good observation. Someone spoke to me during the week about that too. All right, thanks. Yes, that's a good observation there by that caller. Again, the number is 415-4817, 415-4817. Don't forget the Honorable Ron Redhead. He has a community meeting this Wednesday the 29th, at the St. Paul's Community Center at 6:30 p.m. It's a community meeting. It's a public meeting. The NNP could go there and stream it live. Any NNP activists or anybody, you can go and stream it live. In fact, it will be streamed live too. It's a community meeting, and you have a right to go out and be there, ask questions, listen to updates. It's at the St. Paul's Community Center this coming Wednesday. It starts at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Also, the La Mode Cultural. Let me take that call. And then I'll get right back there. Good afternoon.
Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon. How are you
Brother
doing?
Kim?
Hi.
Hello, good evening, Brother Kim.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You want to lower the volume of maybe your computer or your iPad or something you're listening to there?
Okay, I think I'll have to lower the phone here because I'm having music all over the place.
Yeah, just lower the volume. We're gonna wait for you. Take your time.
Okay.
All
Are
right.
you hearing me now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. I just want to make a little contribution. I was listening to that meeting with that little boy in Happy Hill during the week. It was very shameful. I even saw you. I said, that's my boy. Because it's not a private meeting. It's not a closed-door meeting. Anybody could go in and sit down and listen, and they could get up and go when they want.
You were actually there.
Okay? You did the right thing.
You were there.
You're a fish. You're like me. Let's swim together for Grenada. And next thing I want to do, my next contribution is Grenadians better listen and wake up. You hear what the man say? I don't want to call him name. If he knew he'd have lost the election, he'd take all the money. And my prime minister, your prime minister,
hold on. He didn't. Hold on. He didn't say that he would take all the money. What he said, he used words to the effect that he would have utilized the money in projects and other things in the lead up to the election, empty the treasury more or less. That is what he was actually insinuating or referring to.
And this still, okay, I hear what you said, yes. But this still wasn't right for him to say. Now, when my team, your team going there will have nothing to work on. Grenadians again wake up. And you know the next election, I hope they only give them 2 seats because I do not want my prime minister to fall in his footsteps, ruling the country here alone. I don't want that. Only 2 or maybe 1 because I hope Laco ready to take that seat from him. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. All right. So what he said, or he used words to the effect that if he knew he was going to lose the election, he would have spent the money in the treasury, the pregnant treasury. They will spend that money out on projects and other things in the lead up to the election. You see what they did with the 50-something million or so dollars on like a concrete road, concrete drains and so on. They just didn't expect to lose. If they knew that they were going to lose that election, they would just empty the treasury. And then the NDC would come in and have nothing to work with. They have to start from scratch. That's unpatriotic in my view. But again, that's words to the effect. Again, unpatriotic in my view. That's my take on this. So the Lamode Cultural United Club, they're inviting you to 2 days of fun. Easter Sunday and Monday at the Lamode playing field. Kite flying, treasure hunt, bouncing castle, face painting, egg and spoon race, free pictures, art and craft, candy, just name it, all right? Popular music, they have DJ, refreshments and sale and so on. And remember, the Honorable Ron Redhead did a lot of work in clearing up that field and bringing that field to what it is today, all right? So we lost that call there. The person can call back. Rise and Shine Breakfast, Rise and Shine Breakfast, local breakfast, price $15. The St. Paul's at St. Paul's, next to Rogers Barbecue Hotspot, right? Next to Roger Barbecue Hotspot, Saturday, April the 1st, 2023. All right, fish, saltfish sauce, fish cake, fried fish, smoker range, just name it, bakes, breadfruit, fried, my whole pile of stuff. Pigfoot sauce, so they're having that. All right, let's take that call. Let's take that call here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Cam. How are you doing, man?
I'm fine, thanks, man.
Wonderful, man. I just called to speak peace over everyone. Just wish everyone a blessed Sunday. Just to remind everybody that when people only speak bad and look for things against you when they have nothing to mind, no business of their own. And as the NDC
Not
is
to be a
moving
part of the
forward and the
bloodshed.
government is doing great work.
Right, go ahead. We're hearing you. We're listening to you. Hello? Hello? Oh, boy. Way better, please.
Speak bad and look for things against you when they have nothing.
Right. Hello?
And as the NDC
Not
is
to be a
moving
part of the
forward and the
bloodshed.
government is doing great work.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you very much. Hello? All right. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much, there, my good friend. Thank you very much indeed. We heard what you were saying there, but there was a kind of mix in the line because the Bluetooth, it was taking in everything. All right? Thank you very much, there indeed. Again, and that's the idea. The idea is to remain focused. The idea is to continue doing things in the constituencies, in the communities, developing country, developing people, bringing prosperity, bringing opportunities to our people. And that is what we want. So while they stick on the negatives, while they try to attack you, as the caller said, look, they would only attack you if they realize you're doing a lot of stuff. They want to slow you down, but keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. That is very important. So again, I want to commend the NDC for remaining positive and remaining focused, keeping the eyes on the prize. That is what must happen. Let's take that call. Good afternoon.
Yeah, boss. Good afternoon, man.
How are you doing?
I'm nice and airy.
All right.
It's a long time I don't call, but you know the love there.
Of course.
My Grenadian people, please pay attention to what is taking place in our country. Listen to Mr. Ken Jones. What he is telling us is reality. So please pay attention and let's stand up for our new government. One love, Grenadians. I love my country.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. And again, folks, I think you're following the developments with the Honorable Delma Thomas and how they're treating her. But that is how the NNP always treat their own. That's how they do it. If your style of politics is one that is progressive, one that is kicking tribalism down the rat hole, they would object to that. They would try to go against you. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Ken.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Anyway, I just want to let you know that you're doing a great job. Don't listen to nobody. You're doing what you gotta do. Go in the meeting. It's public. It's for everybody.
Thanks.
So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, I am the fearless one, and people who know me, they know that I'm fearless. I am not the kind of person to back down or shy away, and I don't provoke anyone. I don't go to events and make noise and quarrel, and that's not me. In fact, if I go to events or anywhere I am and I realize that it's brawlish or any noise, I will leave, because one commitment I make in my life is that I am not going to serve anybody, witness in court and so on. I'm not involved in that. That's not how I operate. I am that kind of mature person. All right, so you don't look for me in that in that light. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Cam.
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing?
Yes, I'm just calling in because I'm saying I'm happy that Kellon was able to call you up and apologize, for the misinformation that he heard and he put out that media piece. But I'm also saying, as somebody that's not in Grenada, he put out that piece and the rest of us here in the diaspora also read it and went through it and, was arguing about it. So it would be nice if he comes on air just the same way and apologize to us too for the misinformation that was given to us.
All right. Beautiful. Well said. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. Well said indeed. Thank you very much. I agree with you there, caller. I fully agree. Right? He has his platform, so he can do that. I agree with you. Again, folks, we have to continue to highlight the positive things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. Once you highlighting the positive, that would cause all the negative people, the haters, and all the folks who hate, the positive stuff, that would cause them to be irrelevant. They go shut up. Their programs will continue to fall in ratings and numbers. Let's just keep being positive, highlighting the positive stuff that the government is doing. I want to thank you very much. We are out of time. Thank you very much to all those who called. I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Let me just take that call. Good afternoon.
Hey Cam, I'm calling from the diaspora from Philadelphia.
Yeah, how's everything?
And I was reading the post that you put up with this guy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it this way. Misinformation or not, apology or not, the way he came at you, he really showed his true colors. That's all I gotta say.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. Again, folks, I want to wish you all the best for the entire day. Take good care. Bye for now. I'll be back with you tomorrow, God's willing, starting from 8 in the a.m. when we go on that journey again. It's a journey. We have to bring that information to our people to empower them so that they will be in the know. Take good care. Bye for now. Bye for now. Bye for now.
The proceeding was a paid program. The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests of this program and not the views of this radio station.